Hey guys, it has been quite a while. Let me move this mic up so I don't kill some ears. There we go. Sailing is coming out, and so this is kind of just a ramble. This is more so geared towards what I'm going to be doing in regards to sailing and what sailing means for all of my accounts that are area locked. All three. I have one for each raid. I got Regath for Zaya, Caridian for the desert, and then this one Mauritania for Mory. So Sailing will be coming out the 19th, and recently they just dropped a preparation guide. We will have a confirmed shipwright. We will have everything at Port Vaz that you would need to train the skill. So, some news came out that the quest will be required to train the skill. So, as of now, my stance has always been if I need to go out of area to do another quest, I'm just not going to do it. I don't really care for the skill. I have multiple accounts to play it on. The only account that I can foresee me maybe wanting to do sailing on is the desert, and that's strictly because of location. And I hate doing hodgepodge like circumstantial stuff, but the only reason I would ever do it is because you literally do it here. You go there's gonna be like an island right here. This isn't the updated map, but you basically go here somewhere and then you're in the desert and you can dock on the other side or whatever have you. I'm pretty sure you can go over here. So that is the only account as of now that I would even consider it. So if we go to this blog on right here. Let's check it out. It's last I looked, West. That unlock skill. You won't be able to start paying that unlock skill until we make it around 10 a.m. It says it's required here somewhere. I'm tripping. You will need to complete the quest Pandemonium. Yep. So you need to do that quest. So if it's the same as the beta and alpha that we had to do, then I'm just not doing it. It's hopefully there's a way to brat experience. Maybe if we can have some lamps on deck ready to go, um, a weird niche method that they didn't foresee, or something that unexpectedly gives XP or helps us in some sort of way. Then I'm gonna train the skill if I can in area. But if I have to go out, do the quest, and do all that, go back to Mory, then as of right now, I'm good. I understand a lot of people's sentiment of, well, you do Druidic ritual, so why can't you just do the sailing quest? I don't. You need herb to basically do almost all forms of PVM in area unless you want to pull your hair out and be miserable. And I do agree with that sentiment. I understand it. I hate the fact that you need quests to train skills. I think it's dumb. I think quests should just be fully. You shouldn't be required to do a quest to train a skill. Like you don't need a quest to tell you how to sail a boat. We've already sailed boats several times in Runescape like this, right? So that's just what I think. But I'm not going out of my way to do it. I won't be going out of my way to do it. And it's not really for me. So there is that. In terms of like supplies, like we would actually be pretty ready to go. Like there's swamp paste and a few other things you need. Let me shift back to the client, but like I got, I'm ready with the at least with the paste. I'm ready with nails. I've made a bunch for sepulcher and planks. I mean, I can get regular planks anytime. Oak planks are kind of hard to get, unfortunately, but planks won't really be an issue for me. So I think this account would be able to do some sort of training. The Zaya obviously would be able to train it full stop. The Zaya is kind of up in the air since there's kind of like a whole community and there's moderators behind it and there's a baseline. So for context, my Zaya only doesn't do Eagle's Peak, but some people do that and it's like in the allowable list. Um, you don't need it. You shouldn't need it, especially with all the content of Varlamore. But some people do allow it, and if you do it, you can do even a few more quests and then potentially get infinite hunter rumors. So examples of that, I can see it probably being allowed for that community for the Zaya only. I'm unlikely gonna train it though. I don't really, unless there's something crazy good that's undeniable. I don't see myself doing it because the whole reason of arealocked was to play a restricted game mode that forced you to do means and methods that you normally wouldn't do in the normal game mode. And Zaya's kind of already Iron Man light. So from my perspective, it's just kind of like, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna just do my own thing inland. Some people say, well, you're area locked, you can't do sailing anyways. I disagree with that fully. I've always said my accounts are region locked or area locked, and since water was never an accessible part of the world, it was like blank, you can't go there. Nobody even considered it as being allowed in area. But if they release like region specific waters located to the land, and I could train sailing, then I would basically sail in those waters, and that's the where I'm locked to at the sea, like off the bay or something. Because obviously, that's I really don't like the idea of sailing with area locks, unfortunately, because if you go past these waters and you go here, and it's like it's messy. You're just like, how do you shouldn't have to control it, but people like to just say that there's something and they're not, and then do it, and then have a Pikachu face when people are like, that doesn't make sense. So if I sail down here, like, I'm not a Mory only. These are desert waters, right? But some people can't grasp that difference. That's okay. Uh, Probably going to be a lot of people disagreeing on what to do, what not to do. And no one's really going to have an answer until the 19th. So my thought is just wait it out. As of now, it is a hard no. Some methods and items that we can get off the back of sailing that should not change. So hopefully we can still get that harpoon I think we're going to be able to get as of now. But ultimately, I'm going to wrap up 92 Slayer on this account. I'm going to get the boots, and if I can't do sailing, I'm probably going to log out of this account for a very long time. I might do a big session, stack up a lot of watermelon seeds, and just only do farm runs on this account. But that's the future of this account. It's very dependent on what happens with sailing until Vampirium, because if I get the boots, I'm just logged out until Vampirium, barring some melon runs. So that's where I'm going to be for that account. So I do have a sailing only account ready and prepared at Port Sarum, because they did say that there might be a mini raid on the ocean. So if that's the case, the way I play is I have an area locked per raid, and then I just have my regular account and then some alts, and then throw away junk for like a bond to just mess around with here and there on random account builds as I did in the past. But I'm getting a little too old for that. About to start being a big grown up, doing a bunch of things. I don't have time for RuneScape like I do, so I have a plan to basically only log in occasionally on update days and just PVM with friends before I hit 30. My goal is to complete all my area lock goals by the time I'm 30. I'm at the time of this recording, I am 28, so yeah, about like a year and a half, 2 years, I should be able to get max on the regular account, finish all my goals. Not really worried about that. I'm kind of at the end of the tunnel with this game, and sailing's going to be like the last send off for it, barring really cool content coming to my area locks. I'm likely done, but that's just my thoughts on sailing, how we should allow it, how we shouldn't it. If we can bypass and level it and then train it in area on the waters, completely fair game. I have no problem with that, but I'm kind of just tired of making exceptions to go to areas to do things. It's like, I don't know. We're getting to that point where it's like, where do we draw the line? And I asked myself, if you started a brand new Mauritania locked, Zaya locked, or desert locked, would you do the quest? And all of them are no, except for the desert, solely because the desert is literally right there, and once you complete the quest, you can just like whip right on over there. That is the only time I don't, and even then, I'm not really pressed either way. I think sailing coming to the desert would be one of the single biggest content updates it would get, and it'd probably make the game mode as itself like so much fun, because without Menifos, it is a terrible game mode mid game. It is awful to play a desert only mid game. Early game, I think it's the best. Late game, I think it's okay. Mid game is awful. Um, my experience doing all of them. Zaya's kind of Iron Man light, so it kind of stands out on its own at that point. You can't really do anything about this. I think Mauritania technically has the best end game, and feels the most area locked because look at it. The next would be Desert and then Zaya. But yep, those are my thoughts. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen, but as of now, if you're Mory only, don't do the quest. I will give you a bronze bar, but this is just a small area locked clan where 2 people are logged in at a time, so it doesn't really matter. You can play how you want, but don't get mad if people disagree or agree. It's the same. It's just the same conversation as you train Slayer out of area, but you're area locked. It doesn't make any sense. You're not area locked. You go out of area. If you go to Taverley, you're not area locked. I can't believe I'm still saying this after 9 years. I still have conversations like that with people, which is fine. It's a game. Play how you want. But have some common sense to it. So that's all there is to it. I'm kind of washed up at this point. I will probably get 92 before the 19th, hopefully. Probably not. I'm pretty busy. So, I don't know. That's kind of where we're at. I did do Rune Mysteries when I started this account because it was the quickest way to get Pure Essence. It wasn't to lamp the skill. I didn't start lamping this until Mort Mireman and then I think Swampletics both lamped it. I got a level because I just didn't care, but it's just free total levels and I just slapped lamps on here. If not, I would have just been on herb. And if we didn't need that quest to get Pure Essence, there's a way to get Pure Essence by killing Minotaurs, but you get way more music tracks, way more unlocks, and way more XP out of area. And Rune Mysteries kind of culminates with the other quests that you're doing to get the Ghost Speak Amulet, to get Priest in Peril. So that's the reason for that. Because on the Zaya, I don't have it. I can't lamp Rune Captain. On the Desert, I think I do have to actually have that, if I recall. I think I do have it on the Desert because you actually need it for an Ollie shop. It's just hodgepodge, and I really hate. I feel for people that have to make the decision like, do I do it? Don't I do it? If people want to do it, they're gonna do it. It's a game. Who cares, right? But there's just gonna be discourse. That's how it is. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It'll probably go terribly. So until then, I will see you later, and goodbye forever. I did that wrong. Oh shit. Wait. Now bye.